Like we are lit.
What up? What up? What up? I'm back. I know y'all miss me. Uh, I am feeling much better now.
I was trying to boo, but my mic was muted. Boo! Boo! I'm back off the show.
I know y'all miss me. So yeah, man. Welcome back to another episode of Cultivated Ignorance. I am Will, the host. Mike, my fill-in, over there doing his thing.
The fill-in word.
The fill-in, my G.
The non-sick host over here.
I know, right? Nah, man. I want to appreciate Mike for holding it down while I was recovering.
Hey man, you know what I do.
Shouts out to the beautiful Miss Glamazon Tyoma. She did a dope interview.
She did a very dope interview.
Really carried Mike throughout the whole interview.
That's fine.
Appreciate her for that. But this week, we're gonna be talking about Blaque is Kang, the Beyoncé visual album that came out. Of course, it came out on Disney Plus. You know, you gotta make the white man a little cheddar.
I was mad about that.
Would you want to come on BET?
I wanted shit to come on Netflix with the shit I'm already subscribed to.
Oh, okay. You doing the most. You doing.
We got time for this extra $8.
We're also gonna be talking about the positive vibe only culture that we kind of exist in nowadays, especially on social media. We're gonna be talking about if it's really effective, if it's really helpful to people, or does it just kind of leave other people in the dark and staying in the dark.
Right.
So yeah, man. But Mike, you ain't got no church announcements this week, do you?
No, man. You can just shout out the Patreon if you want to. If you're well enough to, if you have built up enough strength to do it.
You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you rock on that. I'm gonna let you rock on the Patreon. And then I'm gonna come back with all the points throughout the discussion.
First of all, just let you know, I just choked on the damn tortilla chip right before the damn show. So if I start choking shit, it's not my fault. Yeah, man, we got the Patreon popping as usual. Shout out to my boy Jonathan. Last week he became a patron for only $5. What's up? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was so inspired by the sex talk and the intimacy talk and everything like that he was like, you know what? Y'all deserve a little $5 in your pocket just to help y'all out. And it does really much help us out. Y'all help us cover some expenses. Yeah, help us pay our boy Thad, who's in the background right now, control of the wheel. Y'all can't see him, but he's dope. But yeah, man, if y'all want to help us out for as little as $5, we do have exclusive content over there. We currently have the insecure reviews over there. I think we might put the "I May Destroy You" review on there. Cause I really want to review that show. That show is.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch it then, huh?
Bro, you ain't been watching it?
No, I have not been watching it.
Bro, I think everybody, period, but every man should definitely be watching the show. Like, it touches on so many great areas of sexual assault. Like, it's really mind blowing. But yeah, for those $5, or if you need a little promotion in your life, you need us to spread the word around. We do get like across multiple platforms a good bit of streams. To be honest with you, both here, of course, but also on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, all these things. If you need to get your word out on your event or anything you got going on in your business, You can pay a little bit extra just to get a little promotion. I think it starts at like $15-$25 or so. It ain't nothing. And or if you just want to show love, like I said, just drop a little dollar in there, whatever you want to do.
Just to show that you appreciate us, all this hard work we've been putting in for y'all.
Just to show how much you love me personally, and how much you kind of just deal with Will being around. If you're gonna do that, that's fine. But yeah, man, that's what we got popping. I'm excited for the show because Beyonce was gonna shake the world up with this shit right here.
Yeah.
You got a chance to watch it?
I got a chance to watch it. I watched about an hour of it.
You didn't watch the whole thing?
I fell asleep, man.
Oh, Dragon's ass Beehive. I don't know if we got Beehive members in it.
I fell asleep, man. I was watching it last night and
fell asleep. You know, I'm not even gonna be mad completely because I got a little sleepy like an hour in. I just got a little dry hour in. I'm not gonna lie to you,
bro. It's pretty good. Like from just a music standpoint.
So good. You just fell asleep.
I mean, hey, man, falling asleep on many a classic album before, and this ain't exactly classic, but.
Oh no, I will not. I'm not reaching out the window like that. So those that don't know, we talking about Blaque is King by Beyoncé. It's her directorial debut. It's a movie she just put out on Disney Plus.
Visual album, sir.
Listen, like what's your general thoughts on the? Because I got thoughts. What's your general thoughts on the movie?
I mean, it was cool. Like I didn't mind it. I'm not gonna lie. So even before I stopped paying attention to the visuals. Like some of the visuals are cool. I was mostly just rocking to the music. Like if there was a whole bunch of symbolism in there and a whole bunch of other stuff, I probably didn't catch it. But I mean, it was cool though, for the most part.
I was hoping so bad that we would have different opinions on this shit. You sound exactly the same way.
Bro, like I rock with the music heavy. Like
listen, the music is popping, the costume design was popping, the shots and everything. Some of the shots were kind of predictable. Like she had so many shots that people just like black people just set up already, and the camera would just.
Bro, I mean, the one shot I was laughing about was the Jay-Z joint. Like, of course, this nigga had to come in over the top. Like,
of course, nigga just
his legs kicked up in the back seat.
Yeah, I don't even know what kind of part it was. Some shit I can't afford, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, like all the part where like she was basically the parts where she was talking and not paying much attention. And I was actually a little aggravated. Maybe not just at the visual album itself, but they used like a bunch of stuff from the Lion King, the new one.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't use some old Lion King stuff. Like that movie's so bad in the first place.
Well, my thing is like, what did it have to do? And Michelle's in the chat. She gonna agree with this. Good call, Michelle. What the hell? Why was there Lion King quotes in the damn movie in the first place? Like,
because that's the closest thing that black people can connect to Africa. What? It's like, well, these niggas know Lion King, so
what? Like me and Michelle were like, what in the Lion King?
Bro, that has to be their logic. Like, okay, so we put a whole bunch of black people in the movie Lion King, so black people readily identify with the characters in the story. So let's just cut, copy, and paste this over to the Beyonce joint. We can save some money on the voice acting. And we good.
It was the Lion King 1.5 part 2, the remix. What I thought it was like, because it was all this black hype over Beyonce playing Nala in the live action, well, quote unquote live action version of Lion King.
It was bad. The whole thing
was super trash. Yeah, let's just get that out of the way real quick. I don't know if they did make up with that. If you ever watched the remake of Lion King, it's basically like a group of like super talented designers who like, yo, tell us the storyline of the Lion King. And like a 3-year-old was like, well, this is Brian and Simba, and he died, his dad dies, but then he comes back and becomes king, and everybody's happy. They're like, all right, cool, gotcha, appreciate it. Like, get out. And then like they go and like literally try to copy and paste the Lion King story onto super pretty looking animals, and
bro, like
super dry.
The animals weren't even pretty, especially them lions. They look raggedy.
Oh, they look dingy as fuck. Like they look dingy as shit.
I don't know if that's how lions actually look, but I was mad at how they looked in the movie.
Scar looked straight up like a fucking bum. Like Scar looked nasty. Scar looked like he just smelled bad. But like, so yeah, like throughout the movie, it's just like these random Lion King quotes and stuff was just happening. And I thought, I mean, of course, the movie's like dedicated to her son, but like I thought there was gonna be like a storyline of the little boy, like going from a baby to growing
No,
up.
fam.
He becomes like, well, he turns like 8 or so,
Mm-hmm.
but then he goes back to being a baby. Then he goes back to being 8. Like, don't ask me what the storyline is.
Why don't you, man? If your third eye was open, you wouldn't be worrying about all this. You would understand it already.
Neither one of your eyes was open because you were asleep.
You ain't lying, boy. About 57 minutes in, boy, my eyes shut it down.
This shit was so bad, but it wasn't even bad. Like I was just saying that. Like I feel like it's literally a rich black capitalist version of we black and we lit as fuck, and like I got the money to just send for a bunch of like African designers or just people to find a bunch of African shit that I could just throw on my movie and dance around and look good, and that's what it's gonna be. And I'm gonna call it a movie.
And I'm gonna get paid for it.
And I'm gonna get paid stupid money for it. But that being said, like the music, like this is the second time I've been pleasantly surprised by Beyonce's music. Like I'm not a Beyonce fan.
Yeah.
Neither one of us really rock with Beyonce like that.
Speak for yourself. I'm part of the hive, okay?
Okay. What name all three, name all of her albums.
All right, the first one, Dangerously in Love. The second one, this is with Halo on it, I think.
Stop looking for Jesus to give you the answers.
Halo. The album 4. The name of it is 4.
Hold on. Dangerously in Love is not a. Oh wait, okay, it is. Okay.
It is the first album.
All right, what else? She got 6 of them things over here. So
all right, she got 6 of them.
Yeah, that's the only hint you gonna get.
All right, Dangerously in Love. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Lemonade. That's one of them. Right. Okay.
Right.
All right, we got we got I Am Sasha Fierce.
You better not be looking this shit up on your computer.
I'm not. I'm looking dead at you. I am okay. The album 4.
Album 4.
I'm assuming there's a self-titled Beyonce album.
You gonna assume or you know?
I'm assuming there's a self-titled Beyonce album.
That's a fucking guess. Go ahead.
Is it right?
Yes, bitch. That's the 6th one.
What is the last one? Hold on. I'm a fan. I'm a Hive member. It's the one where I Am Sasha Fierce.
You already said Sasha Fierce. Nope. Let's go. What's number 6?
It's the other side of the disc.
Ain't no other side of the disc. That's one disc.
It's 2 discs. It's a double disc album.
I Am and Sasha Fierce is the double disc shit. You already said that.
Oh shit. Okay. Hold on. It's another one.
You gonna kill yourself when you realize what it is too. It's a second album.
It's the second album with Sean Paul on it?
No, I don't. You talking to the one that doesn't. I think Sean Paul's on this shit somewhere. I'm sure it's 2006, so he probably is. Good
Lord, 2006. Bro, I give up. I'm not even trying.
It's B-Day, man.
Oh, okay. Well,
you was kind of close though.
I was pretty close. I did better than I thought I would.
far and away better than I would have. So yeah, man. I mean, y'all tell us what y'all thought in the chat. Like it was just a dope time. It was good, but like I said, like Will said, like I started getting a little tired around like an hour in. This shit should have been an hour. Maybe at the most, it should have been like. I think a good 45 minutes would have been perfect. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
A good 45-minute little.
And all that Beyonce talk, all them Lion King excerpts.
Bro, these random ass Lion King inserts. There's a part where the villagers getting swallowed by dust or whatever, so she has to send the baby down the river.
Oh, the beginning?
I can't remember which part.
Well, the baby got sent down the river at the beginning, and then there was a dust part somewhere around like 40 minutes or something like that.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. And then the baby runs into the evil snake guy, and
I remember the snake dude. But where's your father? Where's your mother?
But he doesn't really do anything to the kid. I guess it's the part where there's supposed to be Scar in there because they actually play the song Scar, which is very dope. And
I guess it's dope.
The song Scar is very dope. Yeah, look it up. Marcus, what's happening, brother?
Forever is my jam. That's my.
Which one?
The hook on Move Forever.
Just the hook. Yeah, that was dope.
Just the hook. I'm not paying attention to the words.
Find Your Way Home was very dope.
Oh yeah, what was the song with Kendrick?
Was that Find You? That was Find Your Way Home, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
I think it was.
No the joint with Pharrell, I like.
Joint with Pharrell, I didn't realize that was Pharrell until they finally zoomed in on him. I didn't know.
Oh yeah. What do you think? Because she didn't. It was like. I wonder why she didn't get Kendrick for the video.
I don't know.
Maybe he was like, "Nah, I'm not with that shit." Like,
well, you know, yeah, Kendrick in his little obscurity mode right now, like where he just does his thing where he disappears for like almost a year, and he comes back and drops a record that he's gonna diss everybody on and shit. And Michelle was like, I was like, what in the Prince of Egypt is this? Is this how good we get here? Like, how do we get here?
Yeah, like what? I mean, what's the problem?
It's just well, apparently Noname said there's a lot of problems. She said there's mad problems. So I don't know if y'all saw. Of course, Noname, who we already knew because as soon as the little trailer started, she was already talking her shit. So you already knew it was gonna be an issue. But she got on Twitter and she had a quote. What was the quote? Let me find it real quick. She said, "We love an African aesthetic draped in capitalism. Hope we remember the Black folks on the continent whose daily lives are impacted by U.S. imperialism. If we can uplift the imagery, I hope we can uplift those who can never access it. Black liberation is a global struggle." So she was just basically just saying like, we like dancing as like dressing in African clothing and garb and doing all these flashy things, but like, are we actually thinking about the people of Africa who, past and present, can't really access these type of things, as well as I think also like the average person who will never attain the wealth of Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
What do you think about her coming up?
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna say this I'm gonna start this by saying I don't follow Noname like that. Like,
oh yeah, I do.
But it kind of sucks, like when the majority of what you hear about a person is generally a negative or a criticism of somebody else.
Right.
You know, it's kind of that like Amanda Seales effect. Like it kind of starts to fall on deaf ears, and it's unfortunate because that's the only news that's really getting out like about her. You know what I mean? If you're not following her.
Well, as someone who does follow Noname, I will say that's kind of she's definitely taking on the whole like, because you know she's not really doing music like that except for making J. Cole diss songs. Apparently, she's definitely taking on the whole like Black liberation thing like full time at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Isham said, "Where's the lie though? Just remove Beyonce from the equation." From what equation? Are you saying just like this could be anybody just doing the same thing? Yeah,
would we have a problem with it if it wasn't Beyonce? If it was some Joe Blow off the streets and it blew up, like would we have the same issue?
I would definitely wouldn't be the same issue to this height, but like I think people would definitely, because so it comes back to the question of like a lot of people still believing that Black liberation will never be achieved through capitalism. Mm-hmm. And so it comes back to like, do you believe that's a true thing or not? Like, do you think is the amount of opportunities Beyonce has awarded people in this video? Because she's like I said, there's so many people in this doggone movie.
Yeah,
I can imagine what the payroll is like. Is the opportunity she paid these people as well as the opportunity they can get going forward, like putting this on their resume. Is that a form of Black liberation?
I mean, it should be considered. Yeah, I think so. I mean, how could you not consider it? I mean, it might not be the liberation that you or Noname or whoever wants. It might not be y'all's vision of it, but empowering people, putting money in people's pockets, giving people opportunities, you know, that is Black liberation, you know, in itself.
I think it's important to remember that. I was just talking about this with some artists the other day. Like, this whole liberation thing, this whole fight for liberation has to be taken different stances. Like, I don't think we're all supposed to agree on what it looks like. I think we got to come at it from different angles. This fellow artist named Terrence Henderson said a really good quote. He said, "We got to come at it from different angles because it's coming at us from different angles. So like, we can't have one like first of all, black people ain't gonna have a collective thought on anything. So it's dope that it is dope when we have different communities who have different forms of liberation who pursue that, and as long as we maintain that respect for each other, I think that's key. I didn't see like Noname really like not respecting Beyonce. I think
I didn't see that either. At least from the couple of tweets I read.
Yeah, I think she's just saying like this ain't it, in her opinion. But like,
I mean, I guess if Noname has an end goal, then obviously that's not it. You know what I mean? Because you're only empowering a few on the grander scale. While it is something, it's not enough, I guess, in her eyes.
Right.
But I think we should still take it as being something. And I think the majority of what Noname was trying to say was basically like, this isn't necessarily the true depiction of what Africa is, or, this isn't how we should necessarily romanticize it or whatever you want to say. Because it is really people struggling out there. It was really people struggling back in the day, during pre-colonial Africa,
So that's what people were saying. So that article, there's an article called it says why we should be careful watching Beyonce's film. People were saying that it's dangerous to put out this misconception of what pre-colonial Africa looks like you just said. I didn't know that was what Beyonce was trying to do though. Like in my view, I think she was trying to just present like her ideal interpretation of where her bloodline lies in terms of like what she sees herself and what her ancestors may have looked like. Like I don't think she was trying to say like this is what Africa looked like before the whites.
I think it's hard because there is no real visual of what Africa, like we don't have anything tangible to go back to, like the Renaissance or buildings that you can see in Greece and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So it has to be romanticized in some kind of way. And I think when you do that, and what the article basically said was you forget about all the other people, that didn't have access to those things. But I don't see how I understand why Beyonce did it. Like, I feel like I understand why Beyonce did it like she did it. I don't think you necessarily have to always show each side of what it was or what it used to be. You know what I mean? I think it's okay to just show the romanticized, I guess, polished royalty version of what you're trying to depict.
What it almost makes you question is like, are they implying that we should only show that like that ugly side, you know what I'm saying, that struggling side of Africa? Like,
bro, I don't know what people want nowadays.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I know as a creative, like I'm done talking about the struggle. Like we can talk about issues and how to fix them. I'm with that shit all day. But as far as just like, here go another like exhibition or poem about the struggle, like I'm good on that shit at this point, man.
Like I read that article, I read the same article, and it said a lot of people were other Africans were enslaved. A lot of people didn't have access to royalty and wealth and all these other different resources.
Right.
But it's like, if we're supposed to be trying to connect with who we are and build a better future for ourselves, should we really be focusing on that? Hey, maybe I was a slave. Like maybe I'm meant to be led by somebody who doesn't want to pay me. What?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, because that's what I love about Afrofuturism is like you can take those artifacts from the past and apply it to a future that is far and away better than what we had before. And like,
I guess let me ask you this: how, if we started to do that, if we started to show the both sides of the coin, how would that help us build a better future versus like us showing Africa or depicting Africa as royalty. You know, the current way we envision pre-colonial Africa now.
I don't think you can build a better future unless you see a better future. Like unless you envision it, like unless you know it to be true. Like, and this applies to everything. Like there's so many things that we didn't think was possible until we did them. Like somebody had to come with capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Someone during feudalism was like, "Yo, I got another system," and the people around that time thought that was impossible too. But it became a whole way of life at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same thing. Same thing with slavery. Literally, people could not envision a world without slaves. Like that was not a thing until it became a thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you even envision that future if you only stay stuck in the past? Which is, I think, me and you talk about this all the time. Like how it's so easy to stay stuck in the mindset of like oppressing Olympics. Like we just gonna be stuck. We just gonna be broke. We just gonna be we just gonna be black and broke, and that's gonna be it. And it's gonna be our niche. Like so, like why wouldn't we at this point, especially at this point, why wouldn't we focus on more positive, amazing stories that just jump out the window as far as our full liberation, happiness, sustainability,
Flourishing.
well, you know what I'm saying, virtues. If you don't believe in capitalism, like just sustainability in general, like how would you even get there?
Yeah.
You know
I
what
don't know,
I'm
man. I don't know, man. I'm not one of these angry people out here.
saying? I do have one last question on this. I'm gonna try to look at these comments because here go Don with something. Here we go. So a lot of people defending Beyonce were just like, it's just entertainment. Like it's just Beyonce's an entertainer. At the end of the day, like why are y'all putting her in charge of the Black Liberation Army and stuff like that? It's just purely entertainment. Like you should just take it and leave it and go about your life. But my question is like, if you attain the status that you know, of Beyonce, or even somebody like Drake, or even somebody like Future, to where you influence such a mass amount of people with your art, are you allowed to just make art for the sake of entertainment anymore? Because you're influencing people. Like I think about this in terms of like Charles Barkley, you know, his infamous quote, like, "I'm not a role model. Don't follow my lead or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
If LeBron James decided like I'm gonna start getting on IG Live and like smoke blunts and shit and have strippers like have strippers in my face and shit, cheat on my wife, like not give a fuck about my kids and stuff. If he started doing that, he just took a
It's the
complete.
most un-LeBron James thing of all time.
He just decided to take a complete Future route, even knowing like the countless black boys that look at him play basketball every night.
Yeah.
Like, would he be responsible for how he influences those boys? Or is he allowed to just do that because he's an entertainer?
You can do it. You can do it. I fully believe in the thing that like I am not supposed to be your role model. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to look to me for being your role model, but you have a gigantic impact on the people that absorb whatever you're putting out there.
That's what I'm saying.
So in short, you have the right, just don't do it. like Future. I love the music, but come on, bro.
And like Star talks about when she stayed in Atlanta and how like Future's influence in Atlanta is just ridiculous. I'm sure you could imagine, but like
And at the same time, like I this is gonna be cliche, but like if you're younger, which means you are more easily influenced, you probably don't need to listen to Future in the first place. You know what I mean?
But I mean, you can't just tell it to like a kid because the kid don't know. You know,
I get that, but I'm just saying, like cliche. Your parents need to keep you in check.
They do. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's the cliche part about it. Like that's the easy answer. But like if you're a grown man and you letting really Future the preachings of Future dictate how you treat women, like come on, bro, you just a simp. Like
you opposite of a simp, you're a dirtbag. But the thing is, like, his music is so heavily pushed through every avenue. Like, shoves
It's
down the
good.
throat.
It'd be good. It sound good.
You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't sound good, but it's like it's almost programmed into our culture. Like you can watch movie commercials and hear a Future song. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this stuff starts to get ingrained within your brain. Like, how much of that is actually your fault? Like, when you start to hear something long enough.
I think if you hear something and then you notice that it's toxic and you continue to listen, then it's on you at that point. Especially if you're an adult. It's like,
A lot of people don't know it's toxic though. A lot of people just been the way they've been living. So it's like,
I just fucked your bitch in some Gucci flip flops. Okay.
yeah, people
Listening?
bro, like they ain't dudes out here who straight up will make excuses for being a dirtbag. Like,
bro, would you rather cry in a Nissan or a Wraith or whatever he said? That's the most dirtbag line I've ever heard in my life.
That's what they were 21 Savage's on Plan B line. I don't know which one is worse.
Bruh,
I don't know which one's worse.
Bruh. It's like, and bro, I felt so bad when I first heard that line because I was like, well, I mean, he is right. Like, I mean, if you're gonna cry, you might as well. I felt so terrible. I was like, nigga, did you really just make logic out of that?
Bruh, between Future, Brent Faiyaz, Brent Faiyaz is one of our favorites, but if you listen to Brent Faiyaz's lines, that nigga ain't shit. We know how Drake gets down.
Brent might be worse than Future.
Brent, he might be because he started off like all innocent sounding and stuff. He started out with like Sonder making these little like pathetic like songs like, oh, she hurt me. Oh, I'm going through shit.
This nigga is terrible.
I had trust issues. And then he get to fuck the world. Oh my god. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, y'all tell us what y'all think, man. I'm trying to get these comments, but we got a limited show today. But yeah, I just want to know how people think. Can you just be an entertainer once you reach that status? Can you just purely make art? I fight with it all the time, huh?
What'd you say you think?
I fight with it all the time because I think that you do carry a certain responsibility when you see your influence is so massive. Like, I can't sit here. It's like what we say about Trump. Like, because I know one of the biggest defenses of Trump is that, he just says stuff and you can't be emotional about it, like him being offensive. But it's like this man he's the president of the United States. Like, he has the incredible influence to make people think a certain way.
And he's not an entertainer. Like, he's a public figure. Like, he's not supposed to be an entertainer anymore.
Right. Right.
He has a responsibility to the public.
That's what I'm saying.
I think especially if you are an entertainer and it's based off of like something negative, like a Future or anybody who like doesn't, like necessarily have a great image in itself, and that's always been their thing. I think I would say you have less responsibility to the public because then that means the wrong people are receiving what you're putting out in the first place.
I don't know if I can just give people a pass like that though, man. Like, that's
like, are we all going to turn into Chance the Rapper? Like, you want people
no.
Clean it up?
That's not what I mean. I mean, so take somebody like Drake, who has never in his professional career spoken on like Black Lives Matter stuff, nothing like that. We just don't expect that from him at this point. Mm-hmm. But he does like have some grossly misogynistic lyrics, in a lot of his songs, right? And he's one of the rappers that kind of perpetuate this whole thing of like treating women like property, not really giving a fuck about their feelings like that, stuff like that. How much responsibility does he have when like other men and even women listen to that and resonate with that because they were already in, toxic situations and move forward with that same mindset? Like, how much responsibility does he have to change his lyrics as he progresses as a human being?
How much of rap in general promotes women, or denounces misogyny in the lyrics and stuff like that? It's not a great genre for equality.
No.
So I guess I more so take it as like that's just part of the profession. Like if you listen to rap music, you got to understand that it's not gonna be great towards women. You know what I mean?
See, but see, hip hop didn't start out that way though, man. Like it's not. It'd be one thing if hip hop
Well,
was
I get it.
born.
I'm just saying that's where we at now.
So that, but that's what I'm saying. Is that a valid excuse for it to stay that way?
I'm not saying
Like,
it's a valid excuse for stay that way, but I'm saying if you listen to rap, then you got to understand that you're not going to hear great lyrics about women, or you're going to hear a lot of lyrics about drugs, drug abuse, and all this other stuff.
so you saying we shouldn't be challenging that? We should just accept that?
No, I'm saying you should challenge yourself to not listen. Like you should, like it's got to be some personal responsibility in there, right? Like if you don't like the message that's being put out there, then
no, you should definitely monitor your own consumption of it.
situation.
But you're saying like we shouldn't focus our energy also on challenging the genre itself to do better?
No, of course we do that now. We do that now, but I'm just saying, like if you're talking about people and their personal responsibility to the public, rap as a genre, these individuals, these rappers, they're not going to have the greatest message in general.
Yeah. So when they don't have that good message, should we continue to call them out?
Yeah, if it bothers you, yeah.
Okay. Which I think was people. So that's what I'm speaking to. Like, is people saying that you shouldn't even be calling that out because they're just entertaining. They're just here to entertain you.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? who messed up the show? Get out of here, Mackenzie. It's a good conversation to have. Dom said, if we want hip hop to change, we have to stop listening to songs that are promoting bad things. Capitalism is the solution. I don't think capitalism is the primary solution to that. It's a lot deeper than capitalism. Dom was just gonna be the spokesman for capitalism in the chat from henceforth.
Hey, I believe in capitalism to a certain extent too, but it's just so funny when he says it. Right. Because his views is so right. It's so right. Like
right. All right, man. We're gonna move on. You have a really good topic that you wanted to.
Oh yeah, man. So, and I ain't gonna lie, I stole this from somebody else.
Oh, see.
But somebody brought up the point, like in this positive vibes only culture, like what are the outlets for people? What are the outlets for people who struggle with like really dark thoughts, especially on social media? You see everybody posting on the gram, and for the most part, is happy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Out taking trips, doing this, that with their family. Everything seems like all good all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those good vibes out to the public. But like, where does that leave people who are struggling with dark thoughts? Like, can you put that stuff on the gram? Can you?
I think I feel like me and you talked about this before. Me and Star definitely talk about this all the time. We definitely have like a surface level conversation of mental health continuously going right now, which is growth, because it used to be like you just didn't talk about it at all. Mm-hmm. Like people are definitely bringing to light like their childhood traumas, issues with not being able to talk to their family like that, issues with anxiety, depression, all those good things. Michelle Obama just came out and said she has like a low grade level of depression going on. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely growth in the right direction. But as far as like the real shit, man, as far as I'll tell you something that people don't really talk about deeply enough. Dating somebody dealing with mental illness or depression, like the real kind, like not just like going through some things, they're in a bad spot, but they bounce back. Like that kind that like lashes out at you for no reason. That kind that tries to trap you in their insecurities, tries to close you off from everybody else, that thinks you're gonna like run away from them, that they're gonna scare you away. They kind that beat you like physically or emotionally. I think it's very few spaces to where the kind that makes you like break up with somebody because you can't. If you continue to stay in there, you're gonna be in that same spot. Like I don't know how many spaces we have to talk about that.
I don't know, man, but we need them. Like I would say like friend circles, but then you don't want like people to be like overly concerned and judging you and all this other stuff. Because like even when you're talking to your friends, like you don't want to like kill the vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're around friends, it's like good vibes. We hanging out, this, that, and the third. Like I guess that begs the question: like, how many people do we have that we really connect with, or do we have a lot of surface level friends and not deep connections with people as well?
I actually did like a little, I did a little question on my timeline and I asked people, do you feel like you can fully share your darkest thoughts, like suicide, self hate, stuff like that, with your inner circles? And about like 40 something people answered. And I was able to see like majority of people say yes, that they can, they do feel like they can do that. But about like half of the people either said like straight up no or like only some. And
Really?
yeah, like straight up just no. Somebody has said nah, because they use that against you later on.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say they just straight up don't have inner circles like that at all. The answer that stuck out to me most, speaking of what you were talking about earlier, is a good friend of mine. We actually had writing workshops together. She said she doesn't tell people her suicidal thoughts because like they'll commit her. Like she's afraid she'll get committed, and like she can't even vocalize it, even though she don't plan on doing it. Like she doesn't feel like she can't even say it, and that's so wild because a friend of mine just did that like earlier this last week. Had just said like I have suicidal thoughts right now. I feel like ending it. I'm not gonna do it, but I really feel like doing it, like for real. And she said like she feel like she can't even do that because they send you to the hospital. And also, what you about to say?
So like I guess me, person who doesn't understand depression a lot,
Yeah.
like how I guess how are you supposed to treat that? Like, I'm not gonna do it, but I want to do it. Like,
So my friend said she says I'm really good. She said when she starts getting into that, or if she even like alludes to it by saying like she has some kind of self-image issue or like insecurity, the
mm-hmm.
first thing people want to do is like shower you with compliments. Like, oh no, girl, no, you perfect. No, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. No, I love you. Da da da.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does it make it worse, but it's just like not necessary. Like sometimes you can just listen. And I think that's where the culture comes from. Like we don't feel like we can just listen to somebody.
You feel like you have to react to whatever they're saying.
Yeah, you feel like you have to do something about it, right? Like if I came to you and said, like, man, I'm thinking about doing it. Which do
What? Like, but if I don't try and do something, I feel like I'm a part of the problem.
well, like so that's a good question. Like if I tell you like I'm thinking about ending it and to be completely candid, I think about like suicide quite often. Like I think about death all the time. Since a kid, I've been thinking about death all my life because it's just not only is it fascinating to me, but I do think about like what it's like on the other side of things. But like if I come to you and say like I thought about suicide the other day, I'm not gonna do it, but like I'm thinking about it. Like
Like I feel like I gotta do something. Like
that's it's a hard position. I think that's what the positive vibes culture kind of stems in. Like is that because people feel like they're helpless. People feel like they have to be able to do something or complement the worries into obscurity. So it's like if we just drown it in good in good things, like it'll die. Like
if all I do is listen, and then the next day you kill yourself, I gotta live with that the rest of my life. Like, damn, I should have said something.
I mean, it depends on the severity of the situation. I think you should definitely tell somebody, but I'm a firm believer that if someone's going to do it, they're going to do it. Like a good, one of my best friends and a good friend of yours too, Crocker, I've been, talking about stuff like that for a minute. And,
Yeah,
he killed himself on my birthday weekend. So it's
that was,
like,
that was tough to hear, bro.
bruh, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, Derek had literally just talked to him. I'm talking like everybody knows who our friends are, but Derek had just talked to him like for hours that same weekend, and he had just came down and saw us that same weekend, and
That was Derek's guy right there, bro.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let me see. Dom said too much positive information is smothering and not helpful. Sometimes when you feel bad, it's because you did something worthy of that emotion. That should be confronted if we want healing. Um, Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I don't completely disagree with that. I think oftentimes, it's not necessarily something we did bad, but we just have a negative image of something in our life, or you can't seem to get over some, sort of hump.
Yeah.
I don't think it's always a cause and effect kind of thing. It's just sometimes you're not right.
Right.
Balance or something like that.
That's why I'm so deep in this. Like I know you said we want to lay off the whole radical black shit, but like that's why I'm so deep into it because it's so many societal structures, policies, cultures in place that's making people feel this way. They don't even realize it. And like if we don't change the system or completely destroy it and build something new, like it's only gonna get worse for the next generation. So it's like people are walking around depressed and upset and not knowing why, and then society tells them that they just didn't try hard enough. That you let the opportunity pass you by, or it's not your turn yet. But like a lot of this,
you think that's what you think people are still preaching it? Like
absolutely.
Whenever people are depressed about something, like you still think it's you're letting this affect you too much, or da 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 da.
When I hear people criticize like millennials screaming for like stuff like free higher education, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel people just say like, "Oh, here go these entitled ass kids who just want to go to school for free, like nothing's free, whatever, whatever." I feel like they completely dismiss the fact that that whole outcry stems from millennials being unnecessarily thousands and thousands in debt because of student loans. Because instead of making school cheaper, the government came in and said like we can give you a loan to go to school with, and so the schools, which are private institutions, as a result, were like, oh, well, we can just ante up the price since y'all got free money now. We can just ante the price. So like they made, you know what I'm saying? Don said somebody red pilled me,
bro. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think millennials wanting free schooling is it's a little much, but it does need to be cheaper.
I think
it'd be much fucking cheaper.
But like, do you hear the what's underneath that outcry though? Like, do you hear like, and understand that it needs to be cheaper? Like, do you see what's underneath that, or like when we say free healthcare, like, do you hear what's underneath that and how broken our healthcare system currently is, and why that would be the first?
No, I get the healthcare. Education. I mean, hey, you gotta pay. Like,
you gotta pay. Yeah, I mean,
I don't fully disagree with that. Now, free, like, I mean, better healthcare. That should be a universal right. I don't know about necessarily free, but much better healthcare. Because I mean, these things do cost, like, you know what I mean. But even up under that, it's a feeling of like helplessness. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And you look at the housing situation, like,
bruh. When I went to the when I went to the hospital last couple weeks, bruh. So the doctor tell me, right? I go to my regular doctor. She's like, "Hey, looking at your chest X-rays, we can't determine if it's COVID or if it's pneumonia because they look very similar on the X-ray, and there's no test for pneumonia. So we already tested you for COVID last week, and with the condition it looks like, whatever it is, you need to be hospitalized. You didn't give me no antibiotic." Bruh, I was in the hospital for 5 days.
I know it was, bro. I know you was in there like, get me out.
Bro, I was literally letting them shoot me with everything so I could get out of there quickly.
I said to myself, I wonder if Will is still well enough to be as cheap as he still is. Like,
bro, I looked at my bill today, $44,987.
You said 4,000, right?
44.
$404. You got that?
No, man, 44,987. Bro.
Oh gosh, bro, what the?
Bro.
And that's with insurance.
That's what insurance. No. I mean, the insurance got to take care. Oh no, that's the full bill. Their insurance gonna do something because I'm not paying that much. I don't care what they tell me. You can get this $5 a month for the rest of my life.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, Terrence said, if you would have went sooner, yeah, you should have went to the doctor sooner. You should have stopped playing around. But like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why people don't go to the doctor, bro. Like, that's why people will walk around with a damn hurt ass tooth or a fucking like cyst or some shit forever.
Bro, the doctor by itself is expensive enough.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just should not be that way. And then even if you, so black people got to deal with trust issues. We're going to the doctor anyway. Like, we talk about the mortality rates for like black women during, childbirth.
Oh yeah, them shit's trash.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a whole system out here. So that's why I'm back and forth on this, like, destroy the system, but the system's all right. We just gotta fix it. Like, I'll be going back and forth. Sharon said no Christmas presents from Will this year. You better figure something out.
Man, they gonna get this little change every month, faithfully.
So I mean, how do you think we correct? Like, do you think we can build a society where we can be real about mental health without making people feel like you said? Like, it is hard to know. When I saw my friend post that status of like how she was feeling, like I didn't say anything because I did not want to do that thing where I just shower her compliments and stuff. But I also knew I didn't have the capacity to be there like how she seemed like she needed to be. So I was like,
I don't know, man. It's a tough space to navigate. I don't have the answer. I wish I did, but I think like maybe like as crazy as it sounds, I think like more programs that depict people with depression and still like surviving and existing and thriving.
Yeah.
I think that would do a lot. You know what I mean? Right. I think what was that? What was that show with the Carmichael show? I think somebody on there had depression or they spoke about it. You know what I mean? And it didn't seem to like demonize how they were feeling or, it didn't become a pity party on the show. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I think stuff like that, like programming or outlets that show these people not necessarily super sad all the time. You know what I mean? I think social media just need to be realer about.
Man, okay. Wait on that shit. I think that's actually the key is to stay away from social media a lot more and have more real conversations because
you have to think about social medias, man. If you're on there, if you're like scrolling, like even subconsciously, you're measuring yourself against like other people's posts. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I could definitely agree with that one.
And people are literally putting whatever they want on social media, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even fuck with Twitter like that because I feel like people can just get on there. Like when Noname made her statement about criticizing Beyonce's movie, it was like a lot of people was like, actually, I'm African and I love this movie because da 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 da. And I was like, how do we know that's true, nigga? Like you might just be out here just wanting to stir the pot, like so many people do. People literally make. You know how stupid social media is? The last event we had, Afrobeats and Poetry, was so big. We reached like, I forget how many people. A slew of people with fake accounts came into the event chat talking about they wanted to sell their tickets because they couldn't go anymore. And like, so Tamika, who my co-organizer was, shout out Tamika, she was like, hey, do you see like all these like white people in the event trying to sell tickets? I was like, yeah. She's like, I mean, the event's open to everybody, but like, this ain't they shit. Like, why would they be buying this many tickets to an Afrobeats and Poetry event? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they want to try something out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Motherfuckers is making fake accounts to sell fake tickets and trying to scam people out of their money, bro. Like,
over these tickets couldn't have been that expensive to be worth.
They were fucking $7.
Who's out here hustling $7 at a time?
$7. And somebody had came in a group. I found out because a woman had mentioned she was like, "Don't buy tickets from this person because I should cash out them $15 and I never got my tickets." I was like, "Nigga, you need the money that bad? You had to come and sell the shit and make some fake." So that just tells me everything I need to know, man. Like, take a break from this shit. Have some real dialogue.
That's the wildest shit ever.
It was so many of them too.
$7 ticket. You out there scamming for $7 tickets?
Oh, I need something to eat. Let me get on Afrobeats and Poetry and sell some fake ass tickets. Get on the social media shit because it does do you psychologically. Like, even if you try not to. Like, I do mitigation in terms of before 12 o'clock, I don't even touch social media unless I'm like super intentional about it.
Before noon, like
before noon, yeah, before noon.
You feel like it just fucked up your day?
It was just no. What it was telling me how I felt about my day before my day actually got started. Like it was like if I scrolled and saw a bunch of happy shit, then I just decided I was happy, which is cool. But if I just saw a bunch of like, angry comments and shit, like criticisms, I felt like critical of everything around me for the rest of that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I saw some sad shit, like I'll be thinking about sadness all the rest of the day. So it just gives you time to just collect your thoughts. Like I said, when you wake up and you just turn that phone on and look at it, that's the first thing you look at. All these voices, all these opinions are just telling you how your day is before it even starts, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I have to tell myself when I see somebody just angry on the internet for seemingly no reason. It's like, nigga, what happened? It's like sometimes that's what it is. So down to the personal phone conversation or non-romantic meeting to let people express themselves and give them loving advice can change someone's entire life. TV and media is not the only way to influence people. I definitely agree with that. Michelle said we need a big ass co-op. Coop. I'm sorry. We need a big ass coop to happen. I'm with that. Yeah, find your different communities. Like we said, the black community. It's not a black community. It's black communities. You will find people who can relate to you and talk to you about these things. Just seek them out. Seek help. Seek therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. I am the biggest advocate for therapy. Will knows that. If you can afford it, if not, I think there's programs for certain jobs, so you can go to therapy for free. Actually, however you can figure it out. If you need a therapist, let me know. I can refer you to one. I can see you remotely. Just DM me. But therapy is the best thing you can do. If you believe in God, pray. Yes, for sure. But yeah, man, just seek the help that you need. So just know there's a way out for sure. So,
For sure.
got any more thoughts on that?
Nah, man.
Cool, man.
That's it.
This show blazed by.
Right.
I'm glad you're back, man. I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad you're breathing well now.
Still got a little tickle in my throat, but we're working it out.
Oh shit! Oh, we gotta feed the live. I ain't trying to catch this shit on Zoom. Will's out of commission, yo. Like,
bro, I was in the hospital for 5 days. Like I was sick.
This man was super sick. He was praying for you. I'm glad you made it through. I saved your Thursday week if you want to do her now.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I'm just waiting on the cue.
The cue. All right, there we go.
So this week's Thursday week is a personal friend of many years. This is Miss Tamara Brown. She is an amazing personal trainer, based here out of Columbia, South Carolina. You can find her on Instagram at Tamara D. Brown. Her business is TMB Fitness. She does online training for these COVID times. She also does in-studio training. She has boot camp programs. What is the thing she does every week? I can't remember what it's called, but
you fucking up.
I know, right? She's a health and wellness educator, NASM certified personal trainer and corrective exercise specialist, personal nutrition coach, and founder and CEO of TMB Fitness. You can definitely check her out online. Just go to her profile. She has many different programs that you can sign up for. TMB Fitness, notyouraveragetrainer.com. Now accepting new personal and group training clients. All her information is right on her website and on her Instagram. So it is women specific. Let me make that clear. I'm sorry. I ain't think you big burly niggas was gonna be out here trying to go.
Yeah, please don't.
But yeah, man. Check her out. I've heard her shouted out on the radio before, on Hot 103.9 for her classes and stuff like that. So yeah, check her out. She's real dope, and look at the muscles.
Listen,
get the shit done.
She'll knock your ass out. She got mad attitude too. Like Tam has been down with the podcast squad for years now. Since Sam's Club days.
Yeah, really.
I forgot how long that has been now.
But too long.
It's way too long. Sam was extremely dope people, though. Very loving individual. Very like passionate. As you can see in these videos, I wish y'all could hear her. Like very, very passionate about what she does. And I remember the day she first started this thing, and she has never turned back since. Like she's been on a roll. Had a whole baby in the process, didn't she? Like, didn't she have a baby along this journey?
Yeah, she did.
And it came right back in the game. Was like, I'm still working out. So yeah, man, she's amazing. Yeah, man. Any final thoughts?
Hey, man, I'm just glad to be back. Glad to be healthy. Working on eating less sugar. It's a struggle.
Ooh.
Trying to get that body right.
It's so good. Yeah, man, that's good, man. We happy to have you back. Taomi said we got to do the show again with her, with you on it. Did you miss that?
Oh yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, I like how you still came in the chat.
I know, right? I want to go miss it.
We appreciate it. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. This has been another episode of Culture of Ignorance. We'll see y'all 2 weeks from now. Good night.